Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to another Farrell Steelers broadcast in which the Farrell Lady Steelers are taking on the Commodore Perry Lady Panthers. Jaylee Green gets the tip. Sine Brody will begin the game on offense for the Steelers. The pass to Burns. Back over to Brody. Commodore Perry out early in a 2-3 zone. Entry pass there. Was looking for Gabby King. Knocked out of bounds. Steelers will retain. And off the inbound, ball's going to go to Brody. She makes a move, looks to go in, puts one up off the glass, doesn't go in. Gabby King on a rebound, throws one up, doesn't go. Jaylee Green gets the rebound and puts it down for two. Green cracking the 0 on the scoreboard for the Steelers to begin the night. And for the Panthers, that is House with the ball, and she passes over to Nyerman, who gets it over to Grace Jones, who's going to drive on Gabby King, doesn't have it. Back out to Nyerman there. She's going to drive inside on Jaylee Green, and she's going to be called for a travel. The Steelers will take over. And Stewart now going to walk it up the court. The Panthers remain in the 2-3 zone. A lot of teams have played the 2-3 zone to start the year out here against the Steelers. It's been mainly their MO. Got to believe they've been watching film. Stewart gets the pass. Ball over to Burns in the corner for three. Just too hard on the shot. Won't get it to go. Rebound by Brody. She gives it over to Stewart, who tried to get in, didn't have anything. Burns has it, brings it out, back over to Brody. Brody pops the three. She won't get it to go. And rebound by number 24, Haley Boozer, but they'll say she stepped on the line. The Steelers will get the ball right back. And Burns will get it off the inbound over to Brody. Brody fakes down, found Stewart in the corner. She pulls a three, just short on the pass, or excuse me, just short on the shot. Rebound, Grace Jones. Jones now going to bring it up for the Panthers. And she's looking for the entry pass there to Nyerman. Can't get it. Stewart all in her face. And House around the screen gives it back over to Nyerman, who's going to come back across, try to make a move on Gabby King, has nothing. Shot pulled on Jaylee Green. Mackenzie House gets the jumper to fall for two. And Brody now going to pull a three. And she won't get it to go. Fell in the hands of Green, who puts it up, gets the and one. She'll head to the line for two more. Or excuse me, for one more. And Green won't get the three-point play to connect. As now House will walk it up here for the Panthers. Being heavily guarded by Brody, forced to push the tempo a little bit quicker. Nyerman has it. Excuse me, Boozer that was. And she passed it over to Eber, who missed. Rebound by Burns. And now Stewart has it, and she's pushing the floor. Going to force the Panthers to go a little bit faster than they've wanted to. Brody had the opportunity for a three, just couldn't get it off in time. Back over to Stewart. Stewart's going to fake over to Brody and send it back out to Burns. Burns gives it back over to Stewart. Stewart looking for the entry pass there down the Green. Brody was looking for it too. She's going to dribble. She's going to take a mid-range. It's going to fall into the hands of Green, who puts it up. Won't get it to fall. Puts it up the second time, and the second consecutive and one for Jaylee Green. And she'll head to the line and try to convert the three-point play. I guess for the Steelers, the emphasis on this game is very simple. Play through Jaylee Green, as the Steelers have 6 points on the board to begin the game, and she has all six. Won't convert the three-point play this time as well. Rebound taken in by Jones. Jones gives it over to House, and she's going to push it up to initiate the offense. She tries to go in on Brody. Brody got a hand on that pass. It was over to Eber, who missed the shot. Gabby King with the rebound. Stewart has it. She's pushing the tempo. Stewart now going to head inside. She's got a little bit of a lane. Ball stripped as she went up. Steelers will retain possession. And substitution into the game as Haley Boozer will come out. And number 23, Marley Meyer, will come in for the Panthers. Burns, nice off the inbound, went up, got fouled. Commodore Perry putting their backs against the wall early here in foul trouble, as Burns will step to the line for 2. 3 consecutive possessions for the Steelers where they have drawn fouls. Not good for the Panthers. Need to find a way to turn that around. And the first free throw won't go. As much as they need to find a way to turn it around, they're only down 4, so nothing really hurt. But you want to catch this problem before it snowballs into something even worse. Burns will get the second free throw to go. And inbound pass tipped away by Gabby King. Burns comes up with it. Brody with the mid-range. She gets it to fall. And Commodore Perry having trouble on the inbound. Looked like Stewart was going to be able to reach a hand out and grab it. Wasn't able to. And now Grace Jones is going to get it over. The shot is up there by House. It won't go. Rebound being fought for. Burns on the ground trying to get it. And we're going to have a jump ball. Possession will remain with the Panthers. 4:27 left to go in the first quarter. The Steelers are up 9-2. Inbound pass coming from Ashley Riley. And ball tipped. She gets her own inbound. Meyer now has it. And she's going to get a screen. And she's going to have Brody all up on her. A little bit uncomfortable. She gets rid of it to Jones. And that pass was a beautiful pass inside. Was intended for Riley. I think she was thinking too far ahead. Came up with it is Stewart. She passes over to Brody. Brody puts it up. Won't get it to go. Gabby King and Grace Jones get tied up. Jump ball. Steelers retain. Checking in now for the Lady Steelers is number 2, Michaela Hall. And checking out is going to be 0. Burns. I had a spaced out moment. Apologize. Gabby King on the inbound gets it tipped over to Jaylee Green, who puts it up for 2. And the Steelers out to an 11-2 lead as House was trying to dribble through the double team. Somehow she got it over to Jones. Jones now found a bit of room, wanted the mid-range. She still puts it up, almost got it to fall. It won't go. This time now off the rebound, that was Meyer who put one up off the glass that did not fall. Stewart has the ball, and Coach Tarosky screaming at her to get it up the court and stop doing the lateral pass to side. Over there is Brody. She's going to drive. She puts up a little floater off the glass, gets it to fall for 2 more. She's got 4 on the night. The Steelers playing fast to start this game. Commodore Perry just can't keep up thus far. Inside pass, that was a nice idea. Great idea. Wasn't able to get the execution. And Jordan Scott will check in for the Lady Steelers as Jaylee Green will get a quick break. And Eber gets it off the inbound. She's going to cross court it to Jones. Jones for 3. Short. Rebound by Scott. She passed up to Michaela Hall, who got fouled, to say the least, going up there. She'll go to the line for 2. Pretty hard foul.
Hall to shoot 2.
And the first of 2 goes for Michaela Hall. Back at it for one more. The Steelers are up 14-2. And the second falls as well. And the Panthers trying to push it up court. That's Nyerman with it, and she's going to cross court it. Ball taken away by Brody. She jumped in there like a defensive back to take that one away. And Stewart will have it, and she'll initiate the offense. Over to Hall. Back over to Stewart. Stewart looking inside, wanted to go to King, had nothing. Back over to Brody. Brody to Stewart. Stewart pulls for 3. Short, out of bounds. Commodore Perry will take over If you could see the scoreboard, I'm sure you can. A little bit of an error there. It says Michaela Hall has registered 13 points. She has not. Thus far, she just has the free throws. And Michaela Hall going to be called for the foul. Going to be called for the reaching in foul as House attempted to make the pass. So 2:34 left to go in the first quarter. The Steelers' 13-point lead thus far over the Commodore Perry Lady Panthers as House is bringing it up the court, looking to change that. And nice screen there by Nyerman, and no use for it. And Brody, we know, almost an over and back. Brody touched the ball, so the over and back is not called. And Brody, there it is. That time she got it. Pickpocket all the way down right-hand side, and that is how you play defense. A LeBron James-esque chase down. Instead of a block, it's a strip. The Steelers will have possession, but do not get the points. Got to give it to Maddie Eber. They're not giving up on the play, getting back. Like we've seen in previous games, Sine Brody, the queen of steals around here. And Michaela Hall pulls long two, won't go. Rebound picked up by House. She's going to push it up, and Brody, again, hands on the ball. That made a big impact as Michaela Hall comes up with it. She goes off the glass, gets it to fall for two. Looked like she was fouled there. No call. Commodore Perry going to try to get it in, and timeout called. The Steelers raced out to a 15-point lead, and they aren't looking back. Commodore Perry needs to go back to the drawing board completely here and figure this out. You know, the number one issue right now, stop fouling. Whatever you do, stop fouling. And two, run a press breaker. Find a press breaker that is going to break the press that the Steelers are putting you in, because the press is suffocating you. You can't even get it across the timeline, really, without either turning it over or having to make a long cross-court pass that is probably turned over. So Commodore Perry needs to just settle into the game. I'm sure their just nerves are probably there, but got to settle down and execute better than they have in order to get back in this thing. And on the flip side of the coin, the tails, as you may say, the Steelers need to keep the press on and keep drawing fouls. Do that and keep generating the turnovers, which, of course, Sine Brody has been doing. And the Steelers will keep padding on to this lead. We'll see which side of the coin gets flipped as the Commodore Perry Panthers inbound. And House now has it. And she's going to pass over to Jones. Jones now. The Steelers fall back off the press a little bit, give her a little bit of space, but Michaela Hall back there up in her face almost generated a turnover. That's Nyerman. She's going to go backwards to get it back over to House, and House is going to get a screen, but Scott fights through it. She got around her, though, pulls up a mid-range off the left side of the iron and out. On the floor, foul called as Hall had the rebound. And substitutions coming for both sides as Burns will check in and Michaela Hall will get a breather for the Steelers. And for the Panthers, that'll be Haley Boozer checking in and number 23, Marley Meyer checking out. Maddie Eber also checked out, and Shanda Nyerman checked back in. And I apologize, I've been calling number 34 Ashley Riley Nyerman, and Nyerman is actually 31. Nonetheless, turnover. Stewart bringing it up now for the Steelers, and Commodore Perry once again in the 2-3 zone. The Steelers looking to make use of it as Burns had the opportunity for three. Instead, takes the inside pass to Harden. Man, he throws it just a little too hard up and over the rim. Coach Tarowski giving a positive grade on the pass. Wishes the shot could have been a bit of a better opportunity now. Stewart fakes the three, bringing it back up to the top of the key. 58 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And And Stewart going to dribble to the right side. She goes in, pulls it back out, has Brody. Brody fakes the inside dribble, pulls it back. Stewart has it. And with no pressure, the Steelers are probably going to just hold on here and attempt to take the last shot of the quarter. The Panthers in a 2-3 zone. If the Steelers can get a little bit of ball movement around the top of the key here and across the two wings, might be able to get an open three to end the quarter. I'm sure Coach Tarowski would much rather prefer you going to the hoop, but if you have an open three, I'm sure he would not discourage you from taking it. As speaking of the ball movement, here it comes. Burns has it. She goes back to Stewart. Stewart over to Brody. Brody pulls the three. Just short. Ball short. It's picked up. House has it. She's going up. She's got about a second and a half. Brody has it. She throws one up way after the buzzer and hit off the front rim. So, at the end of the first quarter, the Farrell Lady Steelers lead the Commodore Perry Lady Panthers 17-2. And Jaylee Green started that quarter out hot for the Steelers, finished with 8. Sinead Brody finished with 4. Michaela Hall also finishing with 4. To begin the second period. Inbound pass to House. Stewart now on the defense. And Grace Jones going to pull a three. It's going to go off the back iron. Sinead Brody hops up there and pulls down the board. She has it. She pushed cross court. Was intended for Burns, but Grace Jones gets the steal. And the pass tripped up but sent out over to Boozer, and Boozer sent the ball to the corner to Jones, who pulled another three, couldn't get it to go. Rebound Burns. She's pushing up the court. She's got the right side lane. She goes up, over, just won't get it to fall. Sinead Brody picks it up off the floor and puts it down for 2. And now inside pass to Grace Jones, and she is going to send a bad pass out that's going to be taken away by Stewart, who's going to go up off the glass and rolls off the iron. Won't get it to fall. The Commodore Perry Panthers now on a break. Pulled it out instead of attempting a fast break shot. And nice dribble around Jaylee Green. And up and in for Mackenzie House, as she has the 4 points tonight for the Panthers. And now entry pass intended for Jaylee Green, and then the ball is turned over. The Steelers starting out this quarter bad. Turnovers are going to be a big problem. I mean, yes, you built a little bit of a lead, 15 points to be exact going into the quarter, but if you keep doing that and turn the ball over, you're going to just let it wash away. Boozer puts the ball up for 2. Commodore Perry on a little bit of a run here. And Coach Tarowski not happy. As you can see, the visible frustration on his face. He's about as red as a tomato. Okay, and so out of the timeout, Michaela Hall has checked back in, and so is Gabby King. Michaela Hall will run the point for the Steelers. Commodore Perry, The 2-3 zone wasn't exactly working in the first quarter, but they've turned on the gas here in the second. Steelers need to get back control and get back to playing Steeler basketball. The pass goes over to Burns. She gives it back to Hall. Hall just holds it for a second and gives it over to Brody. Brody was looking for an entry pass, didn't have it. Hall gonna pull up, not gonna get it off the back iron and out. Rebound Grace Jones, and she's gonna be pressured by Brody. Gets a little stop and go to get past Brody. Brody tried to put her hand on the ball, didn't get it. Shot pulled up from 3 by House, won't go. Rebound Gabby Kingston. Brody has it, and she's pushing it up the floor. She pulls it back out. Going to run the zone offense now. Michaela Hall has the ball. And Burns now might have had Jaylee Green had she waited a second longer, but she gives it back out to Hall. Hall goes over to Brody. Brody now, cross-court pass. This goes to Burns. Back over to Hall. Hall found the entry to Jaylee Green. Shot just off the outside of the rim. And back out to Hall. Hall over to Brody. Brody with the mid-range. Just inside the 3. Long 2. Gets it to fall. Timeout. Shoe tie. 2 Panthers had to tie their shoes. Sine Brody with 8. Tying Jaylee Green for individual leading scorer. 21-6 is your score. 4:43 left to go in the half. And almost turned over. That time it did get turned over. She stepped on the line. Did Mackenzie House. Brody will inbound as Hall will retain the point guard. Brody retires over to the left wing. Cross-court pass found Burns. Burns probably had a 3 if she wanted to take it, decided against it. Brody has it. Brody will take the 3 on the left side. She gets it to fall. Correct, they say her foot was on the line. That's a long 2. The Steelers out to a 23-6 lead. They've come back out of the press. They're playing more of a man defense now. And the ball pass was going right to Maddie Eber, and I don't know if she just missed the ball or had her head turned or what, but it's a turnover, and the Steelers are going to take over. So Michaela Hall gets the inbound, and she'll stand there and listen to the instruction from Coach Tarosky. And she'll bring it up now. Burns has it. Back over to Michaela Hall, who gives it over to Brody. Brody could have pulled the 3. Dangerous shooter out there. Hall back over to Brody. Brody cross-court pass to Burns. Took a little while to get there. Back out to Hall. Hall at the top of the key, looking for the entry. Didn't have anything. Burns now going to pull the 3. That is a 3 off the back iron. Back out. Rebound there by Mackenzie House. And House now gets a good screen from Jones. Down underneath was Eber. Didn't get it. House almost had the rebound. Michaela Hall has it. She's bringing it up. She's going to be called for the double dribble. The double dribble saving 2 points off the board for the Steelers. As following that, number 23, Marley Meyer will check in. And speaking of Meyer, she has the ball down low. Had Eber cutting through, just missed her. And Michaela Hall trying to join the pickpocket party. Won't get it. Grace Jones throws one up off the back window, won't fall. Stewart has the rebound. She's pushing the pace. She's got King down low. She goes to King. King up off the glass, gets her first points of the night. As now House will walk it up. 2:50 to go. The Steelers on a run. Currently up 25-6, and a 3 pulled there by Meyer. I'm a little confused as to why Nyerman didn't take the 3. She was wide open. Thought against it. Stewart now pushing up. She's going to pull a mid-range. Nothing but net on the mid-range. And the referees will call a quick timeout to allow Burns to tie her shoe. Stewart putting up her first points of the night. 27-6 to score. 2:25 left to go. House bringing it up. And Brody, again, trying to get that steal. She's all up in her face. She's got it. She's got it. Pressure on the ball. Generated steal for Stewart. Stewart Tried to cross over, just didn't get it. Retained possession, gonna bring it back out. She's guarded heavily now by Eber. Looking to make a move, she has Brody. Brody goes cross court to Michaela Hall. If the ball would have got there a bit quicker, I believe Michaela Hall would have had an open three. Nonetheless, back out to Stewart at the top of the key. Timeout, Coach Tarosky, and he's going to go to the clipboard and draw it up, what he wants to see executed from the Lady Steelers on a run here. Commodore Perry started off the quarter good, and then they started to fall back into the ways that put them behind in the first quarter and have let it snowball a bit. Down 21, not an impossible lead to come back from. Gonna be hard, gonna have to play disciplined basketball if you want to come back from it. But again, not impossible. And Hall with it. Goes over to Brody. Brody back over to Hall. Hall gets it over to Stewart. Stewart had Burns down low, decided against it. Cross court to Brody. Brody wanted to pull the three, just couldn't get it up in time. Back out to Hall. Hall over to Stewart. Stewart goes back to Hall. Cross court to Brody. Brody tried to dribble through it. Had it tipped out. Hall regained the possession. Brody going to make the dribble move. She goes cross court to Stewart. Stewart pulls a three. Going to be too far to the right is the shot. Push called on the floor. Commodore Perry will take over. And now, House will walk it up. Guarded heavily by Brody. Brody looking to generate the turnovers that she's been known for. Had her hands on that one. Michaela Hall comes up with it. It goes over to Sinead Brody. Sinead Brody down the right side of the floor, up, off the window, and in for two more. She's got 12 on the night. Leading scorer for the Steelers. Less than a minute to go in the half. Coach Tarosky getting in the defense, about getting and playing correct defense, as now Stewart comes up with it. She's got a bit of a lane down inside to Gabby King, up off the window, give her two more. Stewart with the assist, and the Steelers are on a roll. 30 seconds left to go. Timeout called. The Steelers are pouring salt in the wound. Commodore Perry trying to stop the burn. Sinead Brody's 12 leads all scorers tonight. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, Mackenzie House has 4 of those 6. Haley Boozer with the other 2. In other scores across the league, at the end of the first quarter, the Lakeview girls lead Greenville 11-6. As we will get the inbound pass. Gabby King all up on her there. Tight defense being played. Sinead Brody with the block. Mackenzie House went to go up with a layup, and Sinead Brody said, Off the inbound, Michaela Hall had a hand on it. Commodore Perry will retain possession. And the pass this time intended for House. Sinead Brody gets the steal. She's all the way up on the right side, kicks out to Michaela Hall. She takes a dribble, pulls up for 3, just short. And the ball tipped out of bounds. Coach Tarosky shouting out the play he wants to be run on the inbound. As it will be inside pass to King off the window, won't go. She pulls it back, gonna be tied up there. Gets tied up with Maddie Eber, and it's gonna be a jump ball possession staying with the Steelers. 10.3 left to go. Gabby King with the ball. She goes over to Sine Brody. Sine Brody, Michaela Hall over to Stewart. Stewart for three. Can't cash in. Grace Jones now has it. 2.1. Stewart has it. Got to put it up. Didn't have enough time. Didn't realize how low the time was. Probably could have got a shot up. So at the half, the Farrell Steelers lead the Commodore Perry Panthers 31-6. At the half for the Steelers, Sine Brody generating all types of offense with 12, and Jaylee Green not that far behind. Had a quick first quarter, a little bit of a quieter second quarter. Sure, she'll come out the half hot. She finished the half with 8. Michaela Hall added 4 and played some stellar defense out there, generating some turnovers along with Sine Brody. The Steelers playing great. As far as the offense is for the Commodore Perry Panthers, not very much. Of course, Mackenzie House added 4, and Haley Boozer put up 2. Got to get offense is the name of the game for Commodore Perry tonight. Got to get more of it if they plan on winning this game. Not an insurmountable lead, but a very good cushion for the Steelers. We'll see who bounces back. Around the league at half, Sharpsville leading Sharon. This is girls basketball, 16-13. And in the boys basketball, Commodore Perry leading Commodore Perry. Cathedral Prep leading West Middlesex 29-13 at the half. And here we are to begin the second half. Mackenzie House now gonna get it over to Haley Boozer, and she puts it up. And a rebound by Burns. Burns gives it over to Stewart. Stewart up across the court looking for Brody. Brody couldn't hang on to it. Ball hit the line. From a perspective point of view, she almost blocked it with her body. Almost couldn't see it hit the line. Referee sharp, paying attention. Sharp attention skills there. Nonetheless, House has it. She dribbles around Brody, gets the extra screen for help. Was calling for another screen, and if she keeps moving like that, she's going to get a moving screen and turn it over. Tipped out of bounds by number 24, Haley Boozer, and the Steelers are going to take over. Time over, Commodore Perry. That is a 30-second timeout. So as fast as we start the second half, and we get a 30-second, 40 seconds in, and get a 30-second timeout. And Stewart gonna bring it up for the Steelers. Over to Brody. Back to Stewart. Stewart over to Burns. Burns gets the screen from King. She goes back over to Stewart. Stewart inside pass to King. Gets it off the glass for two. That's her 6th point of the night. And now inside pass. Pass intended for Boozer. She's just going to have to fall on it. Pass was a little bit low. Jump ball possession goes to Commodore Perry. And so now Stewart will bring it up for the Steelers. And she passed over to Brody. Brody back to Stewart, over to Burns, back to Stewart. Back over to Burns. Stewart has it, going to go over to Brody. Brody on the wing. She gets the screen from Green. Brody wanted to pull up mid-range, gives it over to Stewart, who pulls the three, nothing but net. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how ball movement creates open shots, especially when you're running a zone defense now. Ball brought in, and House tried to go on the drive and going to be knocked off of the foot of, I believe that was either Brody or Burns. As Stewart tried to save it but was not successful. This time the inbound goes over to Jones. She goes for three. She answers the three. Grace Jones getting on the board for the first time tonight. And Stewart over to Brody. Brody back to Stewart. Stewart had an open moment. Went back over to Burns with it. Coach Tarosky not happy at all. Brody gonna pull the three. Sine Brody hits the three. Now we're gonna trade back and forth like Ali Frazier here with the 3-point shots. Sine Brody got 15 on the night, and she's playing a tough defense. She tips the ball out, although possession recovered there by Boozer, and she puts up a mid-range and it falls. So the second half starting very eventful now. As Stewart goes over to Brody. Brody pulls again. Off the back iron, won't go. And now on the break, trying to get something doing there was Boozer. Didn't have anything. She goes over to Jones. Jones pulls for three off the back iron. This time it will not go. Ball rebounded by House. She pulls it along too. It's airballed. This time it's rebounded by Stewart, who looked to get hit in the head. Surprised they didn't call a foul there, but she's going to push it up. She's on the break. She hits the cross, step back, mid-range, gets it to go. Nothing but net. Stewart for two more. That's her 7th point of the night. 41-11 is the score. 4:37 left to go in the third period. As now Mackenzie House looking to slow it up, but Sine Brody going to put some pressure on her and make her move the ball. And as which she does. Boozer now has it, and she's stuck, and Jaylee Green just rips it away. And now Burns has Brody up the court. Nice stop and go off the window. Drop it in for two more. Timeout, Commodore Perry, as the Farrell Steelers have jumped out to a 43-11 lead to begin the half. And so for the Steelers, out of the timeout, the five on the floor are Thomas, Scott, trying to see numbers, Hall, Thomas, Scott, Hall, Moore, and Jackson. And for Commodore Perry, it's going to be Riley, House, Jones, Nyerman, and Boozer. And cross-court pass for Nyerman, going to be over and back. Turnover. The Steelers going to take over. Farrell coming out of the timeout, putting a heavy defense on him. 32-point lead, excuse me. As Michaela Hall now, of course, Commodore Perry now forced into the 2-3 zone. Don't want to go man ball. Pass too hard. Thomas couldn't corral it. And turnover as Commodore Perry will take over. 43-11 at this point. I mean, 3:20 left to go in the third. I still wouldn't call it insurmountable, but very, very unlikely. House will bring it up, guarded by Jackson. Inside pass. Jones on Hall. Hall gets the rebound. She's going to push it up. Michaela Hall with the speed. She got it tied up. And Jada Jackson, double, dribble, travel, all of the above. So Commodore Perry will take over. House now guarded by Hall. Michaela Hall not trying to give her much of anything. Double dribble called as she went around the screen, and the Steelers will take over. So Thomas will inbound to Hall to get things going this possession for the Steelers. And now Hall over to Moore. Back to Hall. Cross to Thomas. Thomas wide open for three. She pulls it. She gets it to go. The Farrell Steelers pulling the threes out the hat here in the second half. Pretty quiet. I think they may have only had one, if any, in the first half. And come out here, and they're just lighting them up from downtown. And a push going to be called on Jada Jackson. Not sure that I saw it. I mean, I saw the body-to-body contact, which is enough for the push. And checking in for the Panthers is going to be Marley Meyer. And checking out for the Panthers is going to be Ashley Riley. And the inbound pass going to be stolen away by Michaela Hall. She got there. She's quick with the speed. She's going to go over to Jada Jackson. Couldn't bring it in. She leaves it inbounds. Picked up by Moore. Moore puts up a mid-range shot. It won't go. Ball brought in finally by Marley Meyer, who's going to get it over to Nyerman, who dishes the pass off to House. Way up court, had a wide open man. That was Haley Boozer, who couldn't get it to fall. Michaela Hall has it. She's going to bring it up. She's going to slow it down, let the Steelers get into their offense now. Ball goes over to Thomas. She almost dropped it and lost possession. Picked it back up. All good. Hall has it over to Moore. Moore back to Hall. Hall trying to find a decision. Decides to go to Thomas. Back over to Hall. Hall wanted to go inside with it. Pulls up. That's 3. Off the front iron. Won't go. Ball rebounded there by Nairman. Thomas got a hand on it. Michaela Hall went to dive on it. Nairman beat her to it. Jump ball called, and the possession will remain with the Panthers. 21 seconds left to go. 35-point lead for the Steelers. And inbound pass tipped out of bounds by Scott. We'll try it again. And now to get it inbound. By the time they get it inbounds, the clock expires. So at the end of the third quarter, your Farrell Lady Steelers lead the Commodore Perry Lady Panthers 46-11. Following a 3-point explosion from the Steelers there at the beginning of the quarter, all the way up through midway through. Kind of cooled off a little bit at the end. Still generating turnovers. Michaela Hall, Sine Brody. That's a 1-2 punches on the defensive side that even I wouldn't want to play against. But for the Steelers, it's all about just, I guess you can kind of put the cruise control on at this point. And for Commodore Perry, you still want to see some positive plays, some stuff on film that when you go back and look at this film, you can have positive stuff going into the next game. And as far as scores around the league, check here with our friends Mr. Ryan Briggs and Bob Greenberg. As Lakeview leads Greenville girls at the half 17-15. And at the half in the boys area of play, Cathedral Prep leads West Middlesex 53-25 at the end of the third quarter. Thomas now is going to run the point for the Steelers to begin this fourth and final period. Ball inside pass goes to Odom. She won't get it to go. Brought back out by Scott. Thomas has it now. She's going to go over. She got Moore. Moore puts up a mid-range. Give it to her. Moore getting on the board for the first time tonight. Mackenzie House, as she has most of the game, going to get around off the backboard and in. It's going to say, as she has all game, run the point, but nice cross, nice finish. She's got 6 on the night. And Thomas goes back over to Moore. Moore looked inside for Odom, didn't have anything. Back out to Scott now. Scott's going to get the screen. She does not choose to use it. Goes inside. Ball up, tipped out of bounds. We'll say possession remains with the Steelers. Not sure how that was not a foul. But, again, the referee's call is what stands. So Thomas will be the inbound. And now Scott using the body off the glass, gets it to go. Nice box out, made herself available for the pass, put it up off the glass, got it to go for 2. And now House on the dribble around Thomas. Thomas had a hand on the ball. They're going to say it was a hand on the arm. Foul. And House will go to the line for 2.
Foul on Thomas for first, second. Cost issue 2.
And the first of 2 will not fall for House, and should attempt to get the second to go. And it does. And now Thomas gonna walk it up. Commodore Perry going to this time step up into a man-to-man defense. And screen from Harden man. Pass over to Jada Jackson. Gets it out to Wells. Odom. Or excuse me, get out to Harden man. That's Wells Odom that just dove on the ball. Jada Jackson gonna bring it out and have the Steelers reset. The Steelers taking care of the ball. A little bit of tripped up action down there underneath the hoop. Foul called, going to be an offensive foul, apparently. Okay. As a shot going to go up there for Boozer. She won't get it to fall. Harden man gets it, and she'll give it over to Moore. Moore's going to bring it up, and instead she'll decide to give it over to Thomas, who will have it. Jackson now with the ball in the left wing. She gets a screen from Odom. She goes up, gets fouled hard. She'll go to the line for 2. Girls basketball at Hickory. Grove City Lady Eagles lead the Hickory Lady Hornets 26-4 at the half. First shot doesn't go. And the second will not either. So coming away from that empty-handed, Boozer has it, took 2 steps, found Riley down low, back out to Jones, gets the mid-range to go. Thomas now going to walk it up as the Steelers with a 34-point lead here. And has it stolen away. Commodore Perry playing some heavy defense, but I think at this point you can safely say it's too little too late. Ball taken back there, inside pass to Harden. Man, she gets it off the glass to go. She's scoring tonight. Spread the wealth, Farrell. Everybody getting buckets here tonight for the Lady Steelers. And Jones trying to find something to do with it. Gets a nice little dribble around Harden man for 2. Jones has come alive here. She knocks the lead back down to 34. Thomas has it now. And she's going to give it over to Moore. Moore going inside to Harden man. Harden man off the glass and in. Sincere Harden man using the big body down low. Puts it up off the glass, gets it to go for 2. 36 is the lead. Ball tipped around there. Grace Jones comes up with it, though. Pass out to Eber. Eber won't get the shot to fall. And Harden man went to go in for the rebound, and it's going to be tied up for the jump. Commodore Perry will retain. And now the ball stolen away by Moore. She's got nothing but space off the glass. Can't get it to fall. Poor execution on the layup. Ball passed out to Jackson. Jackson goes back inside. Found Moore down low. She couldn't get it to go off the glass again. 2 golden opportunities for points. Just couldn't convert. Commodore Perry going to take over. Grace Jones wide open for 3. She's going to pull it. She got it to go. And now what was 36 has shrunk to 33. Still, at this point, now definitely insurmountable. Jada Jackson now in. Little floater. Off the rim, won't go. Harden man has it. She's going to get tied up down low. And the possession will remain with the Steelers. Substitutions in. Nyerman and Meyer will re-enter the game as Riley and Eber will check out. Jackson will be the inbounder. And she gets it up over the top to Harden man. Harden man out to Thomas. Thomas had her coming from the back. I saw it coming. She did not. House has it, takes it off the back of the glass and in. So 36 quickly went to 33, which has now turned to 31. The Steelers are up. Just about 90 seconds left to go in the game. Moore has it. Coach Tarosky finally able to take a breath and sit down. Well, that didn't last very long. He's back up on his feet. So, as the referees prepare to get the inbound for the Steelers, at the end of 3, Sharpsville leads Sharon 32-26 in girls basketball. As now we have Moore with it, and she goes to Jackson. Jackson looked like she wanted to go to Wells, didn't have anything. Dribbled down, coming back out with it. Moore has it. She goes cross court to Thomas. Thomas down under the Harden man. Harden man using the body again. Off the glass it goes. Sincere Harden man putting up the points. She gets 2 more to go. And now off the dribble, Grace Jones to the cup, puts it in for 2. And Thomas will walk it up in what all likelihood will be a 31-point victory for your Lady Steelers, 56-25. As the score will go final, throw up a shot there at the end off the rim. The score final is 56-25. Your Lady Steelers defeat the Commodore Perry Lady Panthers. Sine Brody led all scorers with 15. Jaylee Green put up 8 all in the first half. Scoreless in the second half. I'm not even sure she played the second half. Didn't need to risk any injury. Smart move there by Coach Tarosky. Then again, everything that man does is pretty smart. I mean, that's why he's the head coach and I'm not. Also, for the Steelers, Stewart put up 7 and King put up 6. As far as that, on the takeaways, Michaela Hall and Sine Brody led the way. For the Commodore Perry Panthers, Grace Jones led the way with 12. And then also we had Mackenzie House chip in 9 and Haley Boozer put up 4. So for the Lady Steelers, coming into the season, the big question was how would they do post Kyra Crosby era? And I think it's safe to say that the Lady Steelers are doing just fine. So the next time that we come to you with some Farrell Steelers action will be this Thursday night, February 4th, when Kennedy Catholic Lady Golden Eagles come to town. We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.